Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Formula 1 2014 Ferrari career mode on the Xbox One. And today it is time for race 6, which most F1 fans of recent years will know is synonymous with a certain race. The Circuit de Monaco, the Grand Prix de Monaco of 2014. One of the jewels in the crown of the 2014 season and in modern F1, and all the way back to the 50s when the track was on the calendar as well. Monaco is a track which highlights drivers' skills more than any other. Car performance therefore has less of an impact upon the final result than at other tracks. It requires this car to be set up for maximum downforce and braking and calls for a large degree of technical ability and, in some cases, sheer bravery, i.e. big balls. Overtaking is near impossible at Monte Carlo, so gaining a good qualifying position is crucial, and that's something we've not been great at so far this season, so definitely today we need to do a lot better there. But in the first 5 races, the 2 Mercedes cars, as you would expect, have started to pull out a little bit of advantage on the rest of the field, but that has to be said, it's not been because they've dominated. Red Bull have been very close to them. Fernando Alonso finished second in Australia, Daniel Ricciardo's won a race, and in the last few races Red Bull have been dicing with Mercedes, which leaves us a little bit in the middle of nowhere. We're very much clear of Force India. I mean, it's a surprise that Force India are in 4th. You'd expect Williams to be at least 4th, but they've underperformed so far this season. But actually, I mean, their car's not that good to get around Monaco either, is it? So they might struggle even more here. But we're well ahead, we're well clear of that Force India, Williams and McLaren group. But as you can see, well, Mercedes have got double the points of us, and Red Bull starting to pull away as well. So we've got a challenge, but I'm really relishing it. I look forward to the Monaco Grand Prix. I think it's a real opportunity. Stick it on pole and just brake test everyone. No, we won't do that, but we'll have to see how we get on in quali. But I think the main aim really is to get into the top 10, which we failed to do last time. And ultimately, you could argue that was a dampener on things and limited what result we could get in Spain. So here we go for race 6 of the season. Leave a like if you enjoy the events that are about to unfold. Here's the Monaco Grand Prix. Well, here's a little bit of a development. There's a waved yellow in Sector 2 and somebody is out of qualifying. Lewis Hamilton! Wow! Lewis has crashed out. Goodness me, in Q1, Lewis Hamilton has crashed out of qualifying. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Might well be, if this is close at the end of the season between Lewis and Nico, this could be a moment which really changes things. And before you say I was involved in it and crashed Hamilton out, that's a lie. Because it was in Sector 2 that the crash happened, and we were in Sector 1. And that's the first, I think, certainly the first qualifying retirement we've had all year. The first retirement in any session, I think, since the Australian Grand Prix. But Lewis Hamilton, of all people, is out of the session. Wow. Well, bit of an update on where we are. We've set 2 lap times so far. Got on first place at the moment, which is pretty good on these prime tyres. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying just ramming through this circuit. I mean, we did make a mistake at the start of this lap, which meant that we had to completely duck out the lap because, unfortunately, we corner cut in the first corner, which meant that our lap time was invalidated. So we've been a little bit slower around this time. And please don't tell me I've just done it again. Oh, I'm way too greedy at that first corner. But I think what we've done here, I think it should be enough to get us through to the next session. But I'll update you if it's not. I always like these good stories. Not Hamilton being out, but I always love when there's somebody who drops out, there's always somebody who gains. And today, it's Kamui Kobayashi who gets through to Q2. He was way off the pace of Daniel Kvyat in the next car, but managed to slip ahead of Adrian Sutil and Romain Grosjean. What a lap it was from the Caterham. I mean, a second and a half quicker than Chilton and Ericsson, who funnily enough set exactly the same time. Bianchi was half a second in front of those two, but Kobayashi through to Q2. Lewis Hamilton is going to have to start from the back on a circuit where we mentioned earlier that it's so tight between everyone, and that is the end of Q1. As you can see, we get through nicely in 9th place. The field fairly compacted up at the front. Everybody on primes down to Baldonado, so very good from the Force Indies to get where they were. But let's see what happens in Q2. Might there well be another retirement. And by the way, a very good lap time from Pastor Maldonado as well compared to his teammate. Both Gutierrez and Maldonado beating the teammates by some margin. But the man of the session has to be Kamui Kobayashi. Wow. It is so easy to cut corners around this circuit. It's painful. Not the best point to really let these two through. But what a lap that is from Sebastian Vettel, 116.7. Yeah, it's just so easy as a corner cut round here. I did it, well, I'll probably show you on the highlights where we did cut the corner. We'll let John-Eric Verne go as well. But yeah, it's really tough not to cut a corner just because you're trying to make the most out of this circuit. It's so tempting just to push and push a little bit too hard. Nobody crashed out in this session just yet, but we do need to improve quite significantly and actually set a lap time that counts in order to get through to the next session. But there's a yellow flag and somebody else has gone, and it's Nico Rosberg! Wow! Both of the Mercedes out of the qualifying session. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Can you believe that? I mean, Rosberg has already set a lap time, but it's only a 121.1. It was an installation lap, really. Goodness me. So another one bites the dust in this session. Oh, for Christ's sake. It is unbelievably hard. It's ridiculous. It's crazy not to corner cut at this circuit. So we're going to have to work on it massively. But good news is that, I mean, yeah, another Mercedes gone. A big chance to get some big points this weekend. But I feel like there could well be a shock on the cards. Might well be another driver who crashes out of this session. You just never know. But hopefully, I mean, as long as it's not us or Fernando, I don't care who crashes out. But this, could you believe that? I would never have predicted that in a million years. I wonder what the odds would be on that. Both Mercedes to crash out by the end of Q2. That gives that man Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and the Red Bulls, really, the best chance to go and get maximum points in this race. There is no way that Nico Rosberg or Hamilton are going to win this race.
You've damaged the front wing. It's only minor, so stay out. Keep to the original pit strategy.
Let's just get back in the pits and start again, shall we? Because that didn't go too well, and we need to make sure we get through now. How long's left of the session? 5 minutes. We're okay, but let's just have a quick look. Yeah, Rosberg's down in 15th. He's out of the session. Wow. Kamui's in 13th at the moment, to be fair to him. But, yeah, we need to get out there and set a time. So, I'll shut up and we need to get out there and sort it out. Well, everybody else is left in the pits. And as long as we don't cut this last corner, there's no way to. We should be on for a decent lap time here. What's it going to be? Is it going to be enough for the top 10? Yes, it is. It's P8. That is enough for me. I can deal with that. Absolutely fine. But we lost a lot of time in Sector 3 there. We really need to work on that. But we've got probably 2 laps now. Or probably maybe even 1 actually. And probably because of fuel we might just have the 1. Just to see what more we can do. Push like mad and see what happens, I guess. I didn't think I'd ever hear these words in 2014. A Caterham out-qualifying both Mercedes cars. Kobayashi also beat Maldonado, but he starts in P14. A good qualifying for Kobayashi. Might well get a point or two, you know, if things go wrong for the guys ahead. John-Eric Verne, Gutierrez, and the big surprise is performing well lately. Kevin Magnussen drops out. Daniel Kvyat, a big surprise to get through. But it seems that experience is really paying off. The top three of the most experienced guys on the grid at the moment. Vettel, Alonso and Button. And what I love most about this is that the top 5 are all made up of 5 different constructors. Anybody could get pole here. Anybody could win. Monaco is really a unique race. We're a little bit off the pace and we only set that 1 clean lap in the end. But, you know, P8. Let's see what we can do in Q3. I'm really excited for this. I think the clearest thing that's been shown by the 2 guys that have dropped out is that you've got to be out there to set a lap time. You've got to be out there to do something in this session, and ultimately you need to set as many lap times as you can because disaster can strike around these streets at just about any time. So we've loaded the fuel at the start. Loaded the fuel at the start of this session. The car's loaded with plenty of fuel, 8 laps worth, which will probably transpire to about 5 laps on rich fuel mix. Because, you know what we're like, we'll probably get about 2 laps invalidated due to corner cuts. But just get some lap times in. Fuel doesn't matter too much around here. Just get a lap time in, and then at the end of the session we can really go for a 1 lap, 1 shot kind of philosophy. But let's see how we get on in this stint. Again, let's just focus on getting as good as lap time as possible. I know Vettel set a 20 dead in that sector in the Q2 session, so that's not too bad. 2 tenths off the time of Vettel. I hate that corner we've just gone through there. Really tricky not to take too much curb into there. And this also quite tight. This caught me out a little bit earlier on in Q2 and Q1. I hit the wall a few times, but luckily didn't get any damage as a result. Now, here we come out the tunnel. That sudden burst of light. And we're going to be quite cautious into here. Again, it's really just an installation lap. Get a time on the board and see we just tap the wall there, but luckily not hard enough to inflict any serious damage. But it's a 59.8 was good enough for Q2. It's a 59.6 for us now. That was a little bit of a slide through there, but just a good installation lap. Make sure we get a time on the board. Who knows, somebody might crash out and not get that time on the board. But through the last corner, fairly consistent throughout the lap. A good lap time. What's it going to be? I can't remember what the top lap times were, but it's a 1:18.2. I'll take that as an installation. Well, hello. Would you look at this? Look at that sector. Half a second up on Sebastian Vettel. Can we get anything out the last corner? Push. Oh, it wasn't really good enough. What's it going to be? Just shows how much time we're losing that last sector. But what's the time going to be across the line? It's pole! Get in! What a lap! And what an improvement from the last time out. 1.4 seconds up. Wow! On just the second sector and 1.9 up as a whole. And at the moment we sit on pole for the Monaco Grand Prix. I mean, we've got plenty of fuel left, which just shows fuel doesn't matter at all, but I think that time's probably going to be beaten. So, I mean, Bottas and Massa on the second row. This is going to be such a dynamic grid. Can we keep this pole position up? Wow, come on. So with 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session, we're still out on our initial set of tyres. These tyres are really treating us well. We've done some really consistent laps. As you can see, Vettel has retaken pole position 16 thousandths above us. We found a little bit of pace in Sector 1. We found another 10th on what we had before and 3/10 up on Seb. Let's see what we can do in Sector 2, shall we? Really need to focus. I won't be commentating too much, and that was just taking the mick. So yeah, it only takes a little bit of more pushing and all of a sudden it gets nasty. So, into the pits we come now. One more lap when we come back out again on some fresh tyres. But, I mean, front row itself, what a result that would be. I can feel the sweat in my hands. It's ridiculous. I'm working so hard for this because we've got a real chance. And with 4 minutes to go, let's see what we can do. Back in the pits we come. A new set of option tyres, low fuel, one-shot qualifying. Can we get this Ferrari in Monaco on pole? Well, there's 9 guys left in the session. I can confirm it's Sebastian Vettel, the pole sitter. Current pole sitter who's crashed out, so that means that he won't be improving on his time. I presume he'll keep his pole position. Obviously, if we don't take it off him, but he can't challenge our time. We need such a narrow margin to take our first Formula 1 pole position. 16 thousandths of a second. Vettel can't stop us. The 8 guys behind can. Let's see what we can do on this lap. Gonna let you ride with me for the whole of this lap. Hopefully we don't cut a corner. We just need to keep the pace up and hope that we can extract a little bit more lap time. Just braked way too early in there. Hug the cut. I mean, this has been a disaster already. Gonna have to bail out of this and just put it in a high gear because hopefully we'll have enough. Hopefully I won't have enough fuel for another lap. But within 25 seconds, that lap time just went to pot. And I'm going to keep it in 8th gear. And I'll see you guys when we get to the line again. That wasn't good enough. But, I mean, you know, we're pushing for pole because it's within reach. But imagine, you know, a front row start. That's about as good as pole, isn't it? Really? I wonder what Ricciardo and Alonso can do. I really wonder what they can do. I'm intrigued. Oh dear, our lap times we ruled out for corner cutting. But everybody's out there. Well, whether that's on an out lap or not, I'm not sure. So everybody's got a chance. Vettel's crashed out, so there will be a few crashes, I'm guessing, in the Grand Prix tomorrow. Gonna go to rich fuel mix as light as we can here. Now it's time. Hopefully that fuel saving on that lap paid off. And we're off again. Come on. 30 seconds left. Just hope the fuel will last. Come on. Not going to talk much throughout this lap. Just need to focus. Good through there. I'm going to be a bit off in Sector 1 though, I think. Yeah, I mean, not bad compared to Vettel, but a little bit off our own pace. I think we should be good as well on the fuel side, just. We're pushing it. That's a better exit. Come on, power through the tunnel. Doesn't look like anybody's going to beat us, so it's going to be at least a front row start. What a start that'll be, splitting the Red Bulls. Don't cut that corner. Lose a bit of time if you have to. Because it's these few corners here that we can really gain the time. I'm a little bit off, but still a chance. Oh, not great through there, though. That's it, I think. That's it. That's not going to be pole position. But unless anybody does something now, and we've run out of fuel anyway, but we're going to get to the line. But unless anybody else does anything in this session, we do. We start P2 for the Monaco Grand Prix. Could not have expected that. Neither Mercedes in there whatsoever. It's a Red Bull Ferrari split on the front two rows. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Fernando Alonso starts 4th. The two Williams in 5th and 6th. Then it's Hülkenberg, Button, Perez and Kvyat that round out the top 10. Can we take the lead out of that first corner? Oh, this is going to be a good race. Oh, I've got to show you that. I forgot all about that. In Parc Fermé, Sebastian Vettel's excited about pole, but we get second. Brilliant. Bring on the race. The key thing today is to finish the race. Because I don't think guys around us will. Sebastian Vettel crashed out in qualifying. So did the two Mercedes cars. That's proof, if you ever wanted it, that nobody's immune. We start in the front row. The lights above the drivers. Our objective is to finish first. Wow. 5 lights. And we're away for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's a good start compared to Vettel. He's going to try and hold that inside. He pushes us and pushes us, but he concedes the position. Don't think there's much going on behind. I think we're okay and we've pulled away from the front runners. So the key is to keep it safe. Keep it clean in this race. Apart from pit stops, nobody's going to get past. Just can't. This Monaco circuit is too tight. So don't hold up a train. Keep it as clean as possible. Keep it at the wall. And we are guaranteed a good result. Those Mercedes cars are going to be nowhere near us. So I cannot see them. I just can't see any chance of them getting through the field. Let's see how they've started. I mean, Rosberg's up to 13th. Lewis is up to 18th. So what's that? 3 places gain for Rosberg and about 4 for Hamilton. But yeah, they're not going to carve through this field, are they? I mean, the longer that they're at the back, the longer that we're going to pull away, hopefully. But Vettel's right on our back. It should be an interesting race. Unfortunately, it probably won't be too exciting in terms of an attacking point of view. But we just got to keep it clean. So, of course, the way through the race, the good news is that we still lead. From Daniel Ricciardo now, he's overtaken Sebastian Vettel. And Fernando is in P4. As you can see, a long gap behind to the 5th place drive, which is Nico Hülkenberg, Bottas, Massa and Button follow. And the Mercedes guys, as predicted, have not been able to make a cut through the field. But Nico Rosberg already on lap 6 has come into the pit for some prime tyres. Sure, that's got to be accident based. I can't see Nico Rosberg coming in this early. It's not going to be a strategical move, I wouldn't say, this early on. But the gap is fluctuating to the guys behind us, you would probably expect. Monaco's one where you struggle to get consistency. We'll be a second and a half ahead of the drivers behind. And then they'll come right back up to us. And it'll fluctuate like that. But no real imminent danger at the moment, so we're okay. But we'll have to see how we get on coming up to the pit stops. And I'm going to pit a little bit later than it has been the death and get my bloody teeth back in. I'm going to pit a little bit later than advertised there. That wasn't the best to go through there. In fact, me talking has just completely blown me off with my concentration. I think Ricciardo actually hit the back of us there. Not sure. I saw something flying in the rear view mirror, but don't know if it was Ricciardo's wing or anything like that. But this circuit just takes so much concentration. It's unbelievable. He's fairly close behind us. I don't think he's going to get through. He doesn't, but you know, it's all looking okay at the moment. So we're looking good for at least a top 4 finish. And I'm going to pit a little bit later, maybe lap 9 or 10, just to make sure we don't get caught up in the traffic of anybody trying to do an overcut. So we're going to pit a lap later than advertised, but Fernando might well be held up here. There's not really much I can do about that. I'm not going to stay out all day just for Fernando's sake. But what I'm going to do is push like hell on this lap. Ricciardo was in second and still is. Alonso actually overtook Vettel before the pit stops. So Sebastian Vettel has been into the pits, and we'll have to see how he gets on when he comes out. But it looks like ourselves, Ricciardo, Alonso, and whoever that Williams is at the back of this little train will come in at the end of the lap. But that was a bad corner cut there. I think that's the first warning we've got, so we'll get a slap on the wrist for that, and that's okay. But we'll have to see how the pit stop goes. I'm a little bit worried about this, that we might well lose our prestigious first place, but we'll have to see how we go. It's so tricky around that corner. It's so slippy. It's unbelievable. But here we go then. Coming into the pits. Alonso is going to be held up, I think, a little bit here. And there we go. We're into the pits. Yep, Alonso's in, so he's going to be held. That's the decision he's made. But look at the guys behind us. Look at all these guys behind us coming in. Oh, we were held for a little while, but we're out ahead of Danny Ricciardo. Where is Sebastian Vettel? It's Bottas who's actually managed to jump Ricciardo. Wow. So it's a Williams in second. There's the Red Bull, I think, of Sebastian Vettel. It's going to be tight. Don't want to get over that exit line. We're okay, but Vettel is back into second. Wow. Let's have a look at how that's changed things. Alonso's down in 11th. Oh, no. No. So it's Bottas third, Hülkenberg up to fourth. I think Williams are the big winners from this pit stop, but Alonso, wow, he's a big loser. But the big good news is that we hold first place. So, pretty well halfway into this race now. We've just got to focus for the duration. I have a feeling there might well be a few retirements near the end, so maybe a safety car to help us and give us a bit of a reprieve. But for Alonso, for being just behind, that's a real kick in the teeth. He's just coming up to that right-hander now, as you can see on the mini-map. He's so far back. Wow. And neither Mercedes obviously has made any ground either. Nico Rosberg's in 12th. That shows just how far Fernando's fell back. Wow, I mean, that was terrible for Fernando. But what else could we have done? I mean, I didn't know that so many people were going to come into the pits, actually, on this lap. I think we could have well been better pitting with Sebastian Vettel. But even so, we get away with it and we still lead this Monaco Grand Prix halfway in. We got our first two retirements of the race. And it's both the McLarens. They've hit each other, obviously. Wow. Well, I don't know why that's happened. And I don't think this is going to be a safety car. The two retirements have just gone. So I don't think there is going to be a safety car. It doesn't look like. But wow, two cars out the race. Will that number get bigger? Right then, Caterham. Blue flag. Blue flag. Going to get our second overtake of the day. How exciting is this? I mean, he's still quite a way ahead. Come on, Caterham. Move. I mean, he's actually not got too bad pace. I think we'll catch up to him through the corners, though. Come on, Ericsson, out the way. That's it. Lovely. God, didn't think we'd have a blue flag at any point. Goodness me. But Vettel isn't too far away. It seems we've got Bottas and Hülkenberg, which is encouraging. But I know it's not been the most exciting of races. But just 6 laps more like this, and we will be the Monaco Grand Prix winner. Alonso's managed to recover to 7th place. I think that was definitely helped by the two McLarens crashing out. Hamilton's now ahead of Rosberg, who's pitted twice for some reason. And Magnussen and Button are the only retirees. But still 6 laps to go. Still plenty to kick off. But as long as we keep this clean, hopefully we should have a win. Coming up to the penultimate lap then. Are we going to be crowned the King of Monaco? I mean, we've lost some pace in the last few laps. We've been a little bit scrappy. The tyres have started to go. Plus the fact I'm starting to feel the pressure now. We're oh so close. Yet so far, 2 more laps to do to win this race. That's why Vettel and Bottas are a little bit close to us as well as Nico Hülkenberg. But he's pretty clear, so that's okay as well. But I mean, we've held this pressure in the past. We've been okay. As you know, we were pretty good in the first sector. I mean, I say that, but they've actually got close. So we're not going to look behind again. I mean, imagine after what happened in Spain, if we can win this race, that would be absolutely awesome. Particularly given the variance of what everybody else has done this weekend. Again, the 2 Mercedes out the points. 2 McLarens not getting anything at all. Those crashing out. Our teammate Fernando not doing too well in the end. Could have had a 1-2 here, but pit stop strategy just didn't work out. Vettel in second. I mean, it's 4 different teams in the top 4 at the moment. That is quite incredible. I thought I saw a little bit of front wing or something there at that corner, but I could be wrong. But we'll have to see what the final standings are at the end, see if the Mercedes got into the points. But we're just going to go nice and calm. Going to whack that out of the way. Who cares about that? I think I've whacked that out of the way on most laps, to be honest. Because it's so tight through there. The setup's not great through there. That was poor through the penultimate corner as well. Oh, we nearly hit the wall. This is not the best approach to the final lap. Vettel's right on the back of us. We're going to have to tempt him off. I mean, we can't move twice on the straight. Surely he's not going to go for it into the first corner. I mean, I'd have done, but Vettel hasn't. And Bottas has overtook him. Bottas has got him. Vettel went for it. We pushed him out. And it's now Valtteri Bottas in second. Bloody hell. So on the final lap, I think because of pushing Vettel out a little bit there, nothing dirty going on, but Vettel just completely bailing on that move, it looks like that has saved us from any pressure and that we're going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Just think last weekend in Spain where we were really struggling to get up to the pace of the top 5. Just think about that. Today, we have been the pace man. Don't think we're quite going to get set the fastest lap. I think Vettel's managed to get the fastest lap. But what a haul of points this would be. What an absolutely fantastic haul of points. Mercedes scored nothing. Yeah, I think that was a bit of front wing at that corner there. Mercedes look like they're going to score nothing or maybe a few handful of points. But just got a few more corners to come through now. Nice and tight there. Don't want to get our backside out there, our rear end. 2 corners to go. And coming into the last corner. Bottas won't beat us now. He could though. He could. He's got the DRS. We're going to slide him out of the way. We're okay and we've won the Monaco Grand Prix. Get in there. Come on. Yes. Oh, I did not expect that. I did not know at all what to expect from the Monaco Grand Prix, but we've won it. Absolutely fantastic. And who got the fastest lap? It was Sebastian Vettel. We won the race. Hamilton got nothing. Rosberg got nothing. Kobayashi just behind them, bless him. And both of the McLarens going out of the race. So it was us on top. Bottas just behind by a tenth in second. And Vettel in third. Hulkenberg 4th. Ricciardo 5th. Perez 6th. Alonso 7th. And Sauber, Lotus and Toro Rosso all with their first points of the season. With Gutierrez, Maldonado and Verne getting on the board. So after that, things get a little bit more interesting. We lead the Ferrari battle. Wow, brilliant. Hulkenberg 7th, Vettel and Ricciardo are 4th and 3rd still. And it's no surprise really that Mercedes is still on top. But the gap has been closed at the top. We're only 23 points now behind Red Bull. And Red Bull are only 42 points behind Mercedes. I mean, put that into context. Mercedes had double the points of us at the start of this race. You know, they were 96 ahead. Now we're, only 65 behind. Wow. What a race. Really hope you guys enjoyed that. I did as well. And we come out of the car. This is a brilliant moment. Where else could you do it? Win your first race? Monaco! The king of Monaco. The only better place for this in a Ferrari surely is in Italy, in Monza. And Valtteri Bottas comes and congratulates us. That's got to be his first podium as well. He was so close to the win. Vettel's got to be gutted. I mean, if he'd have overtook us in the pits, he might well have won that. But a 25-point haul. Jones takes first ever win. And Marco Mattiacci was happy with the tyres. I'm happy he was happy with the tyres. That's nice to see. What a race that was. I mean, I don't think Canada can do anything to help that, you wouldn't think. I mean, we've got rain forecast in Canada for the qualifying session. It'll be interesting. Thank you very much, Andy. First win, and from Sabine as well. And we're catching up a little bit now in the teammate challenge data. We're half and half on out-racing Fernando. We've obviously got our first podium. Out-qualified him for the first time in that race as well. And got a fastest lap. So it's 3-1 with a draw as well. I don't know how to say this, but I don't think Canada's going to be as good. What a race that was. Was not expecting a win, but we got it. Absolutely awesome. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts about that race. And subscribe for regular Formula 1 2014 content on a Tuesday and a Saturday. The next race on Saturday will be the Grand Prix de Canada. Yeah, it should be a good race, but is it going to be as good as that one? I really don't know. I guess you'll have to stick around to see. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until the next time, goodbye for now.